Good afternoon, friends, followers, channel members. How are you all doing? Oh God, why have I picked this flight? You know, I've just been looking. I saw this destination, and I thought, oh, cool, that'd be nice. To go somewhere a little bit different, somewhere that's brand new. Then had a look into it a little bit and looked at all the approach charts and think, yeah, what approach charts? There aren't any approach charts. We're just basically taking a 320 and flying it VFR to land. But yeah, this is a real airport. This is a real route that will begin in, I presume, in the summer. It's not actually up and running just yet. But I think also in real life the airport's having quite a lot of work done. I think the airport's closed, according to the NOTAMs. So God knows what it'll be like when we get there. Let's find out together. Anywho, yes, we're off to Salerno. And we're in Geneva, which is just great because it means we get to fly our top Swiss new livery today, thanks to the legend Dark Fury, who's in the chat. So welcome on board, everyone. Hey, DC, Barry's here too. Nice to see you as well, Barry. Elliot, Nolex, Danny, Fruitbat, hey Lulu, Tony, Flyboy John, Wally, good morning to you, and welcome everybody else, especially those of you also watching on Twitch. Pitch, thanks, Patch, thank you so much for the Prime sub, appreciate that, kicking off our stream this morning. So here is our operational flight plan, a little bit of tailwind, better than yesterday's flight with 110 knot headwind. So I should say that before we did this as well, the runway, oh my god, the runway, it's so small. It's very, very similar to Jersey, but surrounded by mountains. Where Jersey's surrounded by the English Channel, this is surrounded by mountains. So I've already done a dispatch landing weight calculation. Our maximum landing weight is 61.9 tons. As you can see here, our landing weight here is going to be well under that, 54. So I've got room to take some extra fuel on board if I wanted. Simbrief kept kicking out figures with a landing weight of like 63 and 62, and I just had to basically offload passengers to say, sorry, you're not coming. You're too heavy for me today. So our en route time 1 hour 24 minutes, so it should be a cool flight. That when we're in cruise, that's when we're going to talk about how on earth we're going to set the aircraft up to help us give all the guidance that we can to get down. Simon, this is Salerno in Italy. Yes, definitely the Italian one, just south of Naples. Hey Nick, good to see you coming in as well. So we know we've got a few things to talk about, always departing from Geneva. We've got the terrain, but we do Geneva quite often, so we can not gloss over it, but we're pretty familiar with Geneva and all its threats. So plug fuel 6.2 tons. There is the terrain, of course, and it's for the first 20 minutes of our flight. If we have sort of an issue with decompression or something, that's where we need to think about where we're going to go, how we're going to escape the terrain to get down below 10,000 feet. Oh, that's interesting. The weather is 0 at 0. It's not. It's just the airport's closed, so it can't give you a valid METAR reading. So, weather forecast. I'm not even sure we'll get one. Oh, when was that? Oh, that was an hour ago. Was it? Oh no, it wasn't. Oh yes, it was. 11:50. It's now 12:50. That was an hour ago. 230 at 6. Oh yeah, I also should have mentioned that we're landing with a tailwind as well. 6, not tailwind as it looks. So even more fun. But it's cav okay, which is good. We need cav okay for this. So there we go. That's. I'm not going to take you through the NOTAMs because, like I said, the airport is just closed, the one we're flying to. Everything in Geneva's okay. Runway 22 Rapids may show 3 red, 1 white on the last 4 miles of the approach when established on ILS 22. Potentially affected us. Okay. Well, we're not landing here unless something blows up and we have to get back down quickly. So that's worth noting. Yeah, aerodrome's closed to all traffic, except state rescue and emergency, local helicopters, etc. Yeah, okay. Well, we'll ignore that. Rome is the alternate. I'm not going to bother with that. So what fuel are we going to take? Well, I think if we can afford ourselves a little bit more if we want. So if we take 6 6.5 tons should be fine. Yeah, we'll take 6.5 ton fuel. That'd be cool. And let's just go through the charts then. So our jet is parked stand 63, no pushback, straight out. So the planned taxi will be the inner Link 5 Alpha, and we'll do a Bravo. We're very light today, so Bravo intersection departure is going to be fine. Medem 5 Alpha departure, which again you guys will have seen this plenty of times, straight out and past the Papa Alpha Sierra, the Paz VOR, above 7,000 feet, not before 8 miles from Geneva, that left-hand turn. MSA 7,000 feet, 10 miles around the Geneva VOR, and our initial climb is going to be 90. Okay, that's fine. Transition altitude 7,000. Oh, good. Oh, yeah, we've done this departure quite a few times, so we are pretty familiar with it, as we can see there. So that's okay. The engine out procedure, we'll have a look at that as well in once we get in the aircraft. But departure looks fine. The arrival is going to be the interesting point to tonight. Right, let's go find our beautiful jet in the glorious sunshine here in Geneva. Red Wing Studios, Geneva Airport, for anybody that wants to know. I don't think anybody else makes a Geneva Studios, as far as I'm aware. So I'm just telling the Fenix app that I want 6.5 tons of fuel. And is GSX going to work for us? Well, looks like it might be doing. Excellent. Auto-selecting everything as well. Cool. Right. Well, let's jump in and I will start setting her up. So someone's left the APU running. That was naughty. I'm going to leave the APU running. Just might as well. We'll leave external power on as well though, because it reduces the load on the APU. So whatever. I mean, the Swiss would hate this. In real life, we can't do this. They don't like noise. So in fact, you know what? Yeah, let's be good. Yeah, packs off as well. Oh, Patch mate, thank you so much for the 500 bits. Really appreciate that. Okay, let's get packs off. APU shutting down. We're on external power. That's fine. So I'm going to grab the ATIS. There's not the ATIS because there's no ATC around. So latest METAR information then for Geneva. Winds variable 3 knots. So we're on runway 22 for departure. Scattered 6,000 feet. 19 degrees. No anti-ice required. QNH is 1025 with no changes expected. So, and that's fine. So overhead's looking good. Nav lights are on, spoilers, flaps, parking brake. We're not going anywhere near the gravity gear extension like last night. That's all fine. Squawking 2,000, acupressure's low, but we'll sort that out when they open up the cargo hold. And 1025 is the QNH. Initial climb is flight level 90. Just set that all up here. Okay, so down into the box, and IRS 3 navs. Aircraft is correct. Tomorrow, new AirX cycle. Remember that, guys. Tomorrow. Oh no, it's not. It was today. Ah, I'm out of date. Shucks. Oh well, never mind. It's not real. Right, let's do our entry request. Patchy missed the cargo ops flight. How did it go? Very well. Yeah, all seemed to work. As expected. I do like the A300. It's still on offer as well if anyone wants to grab it. So let's put the stuff in the box then. So our flight number is EZS 34 Alpha Mike because we're using our default call sign as this actual route hasn't started yet. Cost index of 4, of course. Ground temperature 19 degrees. Tropo 38419. Close enough. I'm happy to leave that. Wind. Matthew says things are so different there. That's in the US, isn't it? We leave the APUs running all the time to keep the planes cool. that and the sinks won't work without some of the airflow. Yeah, no, they don't like noise. No, no, no. The Swiss very protective. The French as well at airports, like Nice, they hate it. You probably get it a lot warmer over there as well, to be fair. You know, north in Scandinavia, they want the APUs running to keep the aircraft warm, not cool. IRS in it. 4614 north, 665 east. They will agree. And we're planning 310 and 49. Alright, so we're departing 22, MADAP 5 Alpha departure. God knows what's going to be in the box for this. Approach runway 05. Now, it's interesting because there is a star. Saw 1 Bravo is on the chart, is on the plan. So, Saw 1 Bravo. Novius, yeah. Insert that. So, yeah, there's no instrument approaches of any kind. 571, I've got 562 on the OFP, that's okay. Radnav page then, we definitely want PAS. And we also want Geneva. Okay, get those in. In it B then. So, have we got our load sheet? So, takeoff weight 57.5. CFG is 32.2. Alternate fuel, if we need to go to Rome, is... that was weird. 1.8. Hit fuel planning. We're taking 6.5 ton. We want 6.7. So a couple hundred kilograms off. To be fair, the weather is really, really good, so I'm not too concerned. What the hell is that keeps going through my aircraft? Yeah, 6.5. We'll be okay. That gives us a takeoff weight then 63.8. And a CFG for takeoff is 30.6. Alright, onto our performance calculations then. So it is dry, 2-2, flaps 1, no need to force target, anti-thrust will be off, packs will be off, takeoff weight 63.8, 30.6. Dark Fury, that reminds me, Dark, I think you're in the chat. For some reason, my new liveries won't work with the custom announcement sound packs that I've got, which is a bit strange. Not quite sure if that's anything to do with the livery or not. And we wanted section Bravo. Okay, so 35, 40, 40. Flaps 1, flex 5.5. And then on to the, yeah, just confirm those figures there so you can see them, make sure I've not messed them up. Yeah, 135, 140, 140, flex 5.5, flaps 1, in section Bravo. And let's grab thrust reduction, engine out. Yeah, this is another confirmation that they don't, well, there's terrain and gets rid of the noise, doesn't it? Noise abatement 1 procedure here, so it's 2, 8, 6, 3, 4, 3, 6, 6, and 2, 3, 6, 6 for engine out acceleration. and the secondary flight plan, copy the active, the PAS VOR left turn SARP free. So PAS is already there, so we'll just create a waypoint south of PAS, PAS, south of course 180, only a couple of miles. And then
passengers bus is coming.
That's just wrecked the secondary flight plan. Let's do that again. I should have put it the fourth line side key down on the left side rather than the third. Okay, try again. PAS. In fact, it will have created that waypoint. So if I go place bearing distance 01. Nope, didn't like that either. Oh, come on, what are we doing? Let's create it. PAS. South. 2 miles. There it is. And then we're going back to Saint-Prix, aren't we? SPR. Hold at 224. Right turns. Back to Geneva. On the ILS approach 22. No star. And SPR is already selected. Cool, that's the engine out procedure. In. I would just confirm that there. Straight out, left turn back to Saint-Prix and hold. Keeps us away from that pesky terrain, doesn't it? Get rid of the EFBs in here. Don't need it because we've got the real one. So it's a fuel truck that keeps driving through me. How to ruin immersion straight away. Psycho, is that to get a faster climb out? It does give you, yeah, you get higher up quicker. That's right. Which airports like it because it gets the noise away from the ground. But of course, around here as well, we've got terrain to think about as well. All right, box is all sorted then. So a quick brief. Don't need to go too into depth here, just because we've done Geneva an awful lot. So we know where we're going with the taxi. That's planned. Runway 22 departure. We're departing via Bravo. Winds are 3 knots variable, so that's of no consequence. We've got good visibility as well. Nice dry runway. We're straight out. First turn will be to the left after 8 miles from Geneva and above 7,000 feet. Initial climb, flight level 90, transition altitude 7,000. MSA 7,000, 10 miles around Geneva, which is always worth at this airport. Just so we've got a visual reference. GVA and 10-mile radius around it. So 7,000 feet within this circle. Tony, have you put correct value in CFG on Unit B? You would have put 30.6 on the Unit B. No. So this is your zero fuel weight center of gravity. So your zero fuel weight center of gravity is 32.2. Your takeoff weight center of gravity, that's with the fuel in it, once you've brought the fuel in, is 30.6. Yeah, don't confuse the two. Oh, Dark Fury, the sound files won't work because they need to be in Easy SP for... right, okay. Alright, I can change those. At some point. That's an easy fix, though. Boarding's now completed. Excellent. Let's just continue that brief then, so we know what we're doing, we know where we're going, when we're departing, etc. That's fine. Engine out procedure, we've just looked at that. Saint-Prix, left turn, and back to Saint-Prix. Enter the hold. 7,000 feet will be our target altitude for that hold. You know, winds are light and variable. If something disastrous happened, like an engine fire or something like that, we could make that turn and get back in on the opposite runway. That's going to be fine. We're very light as well, so I'm not concerned about stopping distances or anything like that. Biggest threats then to us are, of course, here in Geneva are the terrain. We've got terrain to the north, the west. Basically, the northeast corridor is the safe part. But we're VMC today, so it's nice that we can see everything. I think that pretty much covers everything. Let's get the APU back up and running now. And refueling's completed, I see. So once that's up and running, we're going to rug over the tug driver today because we don't need him, bless him, but he's there. Hey Amagos, good to see you. PSV 1, you put the thrust 1300 in McDo. I'm not quite sure what you're referring to there, Wally. Helps if you start the APU, doesn't it? Pumps can come on. Leave external power, of course. Seatbelt signs on. And I'm just waiting our final load sheet to come through. Acupressure's back up in the green now, which is good. We'll get the terrain radar on as well once we move. Funnily enough, you can put, for anyone that is uncertain, you can pop the terrain radar on now if we wanted, because the terrain radar isn't actually a radar. It's not like the weather radar, which is, you know, firing beams at the ground staff. The terrain radar is just an image. It's just a database. The aircraft knows where it is, and it's got a inbuilt map and terrain map, so to speak. So that is not sort of firing any radar beams out of the aircraft. So yeah, it's safe there. PSV, didn't the calculations say thrust 1300? So for thrust reduction acceleration values, we use more realistic ones in SimSmart, which is these ones just here. So that's the one we're going with. Right, APU is up and running. Excellent. External power, and get that disconnected. Just give it a few more seconds to get the bleed on, then we get the packs on. And then we'll start engines on stand. Shift onto Unicom as well. So chocks and cones can go, GPU, that can go, and we'll run the cockpit prep checklist. So aircraft acceptance has all been completed. The fuel quantity is 6.5 tons as requested and balanced. Seatbelts are on. ADIRS 3.5 green and QNH is 1025. Cross-checked 1,380 feet. Company message, that is our final load sheet. Takeoff weight is 57.6. Really? Hang on. Something's not making sense to me. Zero fuel weight is 51.3. I've got the wrong value in here. What was our original? 51.2. Ah, let's update this then. Well, I can use the final load sheet calculations. That's probably why it wanted more fuel. How did I get that figure? Oh, I put the I put the takeoff weight in. I put the takeoff weight in instead of zero fuel weight. 51.3. There we go. That'll be better. Accept that. That gives us then a takeoff weight of 57.6. So check our performance calculations because they're probably completely wrong now. Yeah, we're not taking off at 63.8. We're taking off 57.6. Right, let's update those. .119. I did think these seemed quite high for an aircraft as light as I was expecting, but that's why. Rubbish information in, rubbish information out. 119, 135, 135. The important thing is that we caught it. And flex is still the same. Oh, PSV, you mean the takeoff shift? No, you don't need to touch the takeoff shift because we've got GPS. That's for aircraft that don't have GPS in. Because we're doing an in-section departure. We're taking off 300 metres further from the runway threshold. But we've got GPS now, so the aircraft will know where it is. We don't need to enter that. Okay, so there we go. That's better. Just got final corrections on those. Make sure that all of that information is right. So 51.3, yeah, and the takeoff C of G then is going to be 26.6, which is also rubbish information. So I need to just double check that. 26.6. Just recalculated that. Speeds and flex still the same, so that's fine. Lovely. So let's get our engine started. Beacon light is on. We don't need pushback services. You're not going to give us a pushback, are you? I don't want a pushback, GSX. Go away. Go away. Interrupt pushback. Yes. There we go. And they're gone. Perfect. And now before start checklist, so parking brake is on. Takeoff data has now been confirmed with new, fresh, correct data. Windows are closed. EFB is on flight mode. Doors are closed, not yet armed. Beacon light is on. Engine mode selector to ignition. And start engine 1.
Cabin crew, arm doors and cross-check.
Engine 1 starting. Not many people around in Geneva today. It's a shame. It's a gorgeous, gorgeous day. You'll get gorgeous views of the Alps as well. Definitely got a cup of tea for this flight. I wasn't doing this approach without a nice strong cup of Yorkshire tea to help us on our way. Engine 1 available and starting engine 2.
On board. Your seatbelt is fastened, adjusted and released as shown. It must be fastened.
Does look awesome, doesn't it?
Whenever the seatbelt signs are on, and we recommend that you keep it fastened at all times. If the air supply
Here comes the heat blur.
masks will drop from above you. Pull a mask towards you to start. Put the mask over your nose and mouth and breathe normally. Hold the mask in place with the strap. Pull on each side to adjust. Put on your own mask before.
And engine 2 is available.
Stand on water. Take a life jacket from under your seat. Remove from the pouch and put it over.
Okay, so engine 1 selector is off. That's off. That's off. Anti-ice is not required. Spoilers, rudder, flaps, trim.
If it fails to inflate or needs topping up, blow into this tube. There is a light and whistle.
And the after start checklist.
Cabin crew can assist you with
anti-ice is on. Correction, anti-ice is off. The ecam status has been checked. Pitch trim is 26.6. Rudder is neutral. I just want to do a door check. Make sure they are closed and armed from the previous check. They are now. Right, so we're good to roll. Let's do a flight control test then while we're here. Full left, full right, neutral, full up, full down, neutral, rudder, full right, full left, neutral. If you heard a crack then, that was my back. It wasn't really, but I do need a new chair, I think. Co-pilot, we don't use the down 0.5 because it's all based on the C of G setting. Down 0.5 can so easily be set by mistake as up 0.5. Then you're going to get a bit of an issue on rotation. So lots of airlines don't use up and down now. Cancel master caution. It's the side stick error message. Disregard. Okay, let's go. Geneva traffic, top switch 34 Alpha Mike, taxiing off stand 36. Correction, stand 63. Taxiing via the inner link 5 Alpha to holding point Bravo, runway 22. Taxi lights are on. William, good morning. Hope you're well. Okay, so quick recap on stuff. New performance figures are now in. Now they're accurate. That's all fine. No LMCs or passenger upsets, etc. Engine out is non-standard. As soon as we pass the PAS VOR, it's a left turn, head south, and then back to the Saint-Prix VOR. Hold 7,000 feet. Instant return is available to us if we need to. We've got nice light winds here, so that's not a problem. The landing weight of the aircraft as well. Our takeoff weight is well below the max landing weight, so overweight landing is not an issue either. Departure is straight out and then a left turn after 7,000 feet and 8 miles from the Geneva VOR. And our initial climb is 9,000. Transition altitude is 7,000. We'll get on this straight bit of taxiway and then we'll do the taxi checklist. Hey Maverick, you're watching tutorials and saw us go live. You can probably learn a lot more from a live than you can the tutorials, but thank you for watching those. I appreciate that. William, ETA, the flight time's about 1 hour 30 minutes, so yeah, not too long. Alright, so taxi checklist. Flight controls have been checked. Flap setting is config 1. FMA, we've got climb, nav blue, 152, 9,000 blue. Radar and predictive wind shears are on. Ecam memo, waiting for the cabin crew. But our EFB is stowed. There we go. And EFB is stowed and disconnected.
Hi, Captain. The cabin is now secure for takeoff.
That's wonderful. Okay, here's Bravo that we want. Looks like the approach path is clear, so we can get on there and go straight away. Geneva traffic, top Swiss 34 Alpha Mike, entering runway via intersection Bravo, runway 22 for departure to the south. Okay, lights are on. And if it's okay with everyone, we'll do a rolling takeoff. So cabin is secured, takeoff runway via Bravo, runway 22, TCAS TARA, and packs 1 and 2 off. William FS, no, this is Red Wings Geneva Airport, which looks lovely. Alright then guys, let's go and fly like a Cessna. Takeoff. 50% N1 set. And stable. Manflex SRS. Auto thrust blue. Knots. V1. Rotate. Positive climb. Gear up. Nav. I love that, the water fountain spout over there in Lake Geneva as well. Nice touch. Shouldn't sightsee. Lose control of the aircraft while sightseeing. Anyway, that's thrust climb set. Let's get autopilot on. Autopilot 1 engaged. SRS. Climb thrust. Should probably turn these down a little bit. They're probably boiling in the back there. Was it 19 degrees on the ground? It's quite warm, isn't it? For mid-March. Good afternoon, Robert. Hope you're doing well. Okay, so we've passed airspeed, so flaps 0, spoilers disarmed. Everyone loves a Geneva departure.
Whilst the seatbelt sign is on, we recommend that you keep your seatbelt fastened whenever you are seated. Toilets are located at each end of the cabin. Remember that smoking is not permitted at any time. This includes e-cigarettes. In just a few moments, we will commence our in-flight service, offering you the chance to choose from our fresh selection of today.
7,000 feet, and just confirm, yeah, more than 8 miles from Geneva, so that's fine. No ATC around. Let's clear ourselves up further. I'll go flight level 250, so 250 blue. So we've got spoilers, flaps, gear, lights. William says, spring in the air, not on the ground. I was looking at it. It looks a bit brownish down there, doesn't it? Won't be long. Won't be long. And then, yes, spring will have sprung. Alright, so that's coming up 10,000 feet. Let's do our usual stuff. Radnav can be cleared out. 380 is optimum. That's how light we are. 380. Planned is 310. We'll go 31 for now. And 310 blue. I've never seen optimum as high as that. We're never normally that light. Cost index 8. And the secondary flight plan can be cleared as well. Beautiful little cloud layer that we've just flown through. I think seatbelt signs can come off as well. If you want as well, when you're flying around these parts, if you go to the fixes page and put in, we can clear that out, put in Moblo. Moblo is the waypoint for Mont Blanc, which, if I have a quick look, is just there. So you'll get a good view of Mont Blanc. Well, you would get a good view if it wasn't covered by clouds. But yes, on a nice clear day, that's Mont Blanc. Hey Antrak, good to see you. Hey Twile, late but you've got a note from your mum. That's fine. You definitely don't want to miss this flight. The landing is going to be interesting. I'm going to tell you now, anyone that says let's butter it, forget it. We're going to churn that runway up. Positive landing. I haven't got runway to mess around with today. I would imagine this flight in real life will be flown more likely with 319s rather than 320s. 319 Neos would be good. Get better performance from those engines. William, is it a VFR Star? What? Does that exist? Funnily enough, no. There is a standard arrival route, but it ends quite a way out. It ends hopefully when you're pointing at the runway, and that's it. You're on your own. Hey, King Bob's Kingdom. Hope you're doing well. What I would love to have done today, but I just didn't have time. Because I am on the school run later. Another reason why we need to get in and land first time of asking. I'm on the school run later, but what I'd love to have done today is I would have loved to have flown to Rovaniemi today. Because EasyJet today have released all the winter flight schedules. For anyone who fancies a bit of Lapland. They got released this morning. So, yeah, I thought that'd be really cool to do that, but I just didn't have time, unfortunately. Barry says the sim has the old runway. The real one is getting an extension now. Yes, that's why it's actually closed. And another one planned for 2025. I think there's Mont Blanc. Oh, look at that. Mont Blanc with a rainbow as well. What a gorgeous view. So there is custom scenery for this airport, believe it or not. Free as well from flightsim.to. I don't know how long that runway is going to be. Let's hope. Let's hope we stop before we overrun. Another reason to make sure you stick around for the next hour or so. Dwile, you thought we would be Easy 34. No, Easy S, because we are EasyJet Switzerland today. They use the call sign Top Swiss. So yeah, there's Mont Blanc then, still covered in snow, which is probably accurate. so light, it's not going to take us long to get up to cruise today. Well, we've been airborne 9 minutes. So we're going to have to build up a sort of a good mental picture as to how we're going to land our aircraft, how we're going to handle that approach. Dark Fury, did I see the stick? I did. Yeah. Were you in trouble with your missus when creating this livery? Hang on a minute. Let me just show. Let me just show everybody. Yeah, so this is our top Swiss livery with the correct registration that Dark Fury created for us. Where's he gone? Ah. What's that all about? I reckon his missus must have been giving him a hard time when he was building this. I love how the sticker's ripped and cracked. Did she make you sleep on the front porch, Dark? Is that it? Nick's just said Dan gets everywhere. He does. Even in the members' lounge. God bless him. I'm going to hide him again now. 27,000. Dan's always in the doghouse, especially when his phone pings him at 10:30 at night. Eddie, is anyone having trouble with the sim staying in windowed mode? Oh, not that I've come across. Maverick, does Top Swiss come from a company that's taken over? No. So Easyjet, they registered an aircraft in 3 different locations. You have this, three parts to Easyjet. There's Easyjet UK, where their call sign is Easyjet. There's Easyjet Europe, where their call sign is Alpine, and then there is Easyjet Swiss, based obviously in Geneva, and their call sign is just Top Swiss. So different registrations have the different call signs. ATC? Oh, we have ATC. We have Italian ATC. What are we on? 132905. I didn't expect to get ATC today.
Walker 4203, runway 36, clear to land, wind 060 degrees, 4 knots.
Press land runway 36, Walker 4203.
Land radar, good afternoon. Top Swiss 34 Alpha Mike, just reaching flight level 310 and inbound Medam.
Top Swiss 34 Alpha Mike, Milano, buon pomeriggio, Squawk 1000.
Squawk 1000, Top Swiss 34 Alpha Mike.
Sky Europe 491, Milano, buon pomeriggio, Squawk 1000, clear Basog to Eco arrival, expect LS Zulu 04 right.
Fox to Eco LS Zulu 04 right. And
Macalt Cruise.
0491.
Top Swiss 34 Alpha Mike, Milano radar contact, climb flight level 310, proceed direct Bacro.
Flight level 310 and direct to Backno for Top Swiss 34 Alpha Mike. I don't know where that is.
Sky Europe 491, Milano radar contact, descent flight level 130, proceed direct Basog.
175 miles away, that's where it is.
Sky Europe 491.
use the beam points, then we can do a fuel check in a little bit. Okay, good stuff. Well, now we're at cruise. Let's just check some usual stuff. Cycle through the SD pages. Make sure there's nothing obvious flashing at us. Use 1.2 tons of fuel. Which is fine, adds up to 6.5 tons, so we've got no fuel leak. That's lovely. Nolex thinking, wouldn't it be great if Beyond ATC could work alongside VATSIM? Well, there's nothing. You can start Beyond ATC in the sky. That is possible. So if you leave controlled airspace and there's no ATC ahead of you for the rest of your journey or whatever, you can open up Beyond ATC and, you know, start it. So that is potentially an option. What the heck's that? Are the random peaks back in Microsoft Flight Simulator? Because I'm pretty certain they're not there in real life. Looks like a scene from Close Encounters of the Third Kind.
Sky Europe 491, continue to descend altitude 6,000 feet, QNH 1020.
Descend 6,000 feet, QNH 1020, Europe 491.
Alpine 6 Lima Yankee, monitor Unicom, buona giornata.
Alpha 6 Yankee, over to Unicom, buona giornata anche a te, ciao.
AT148,
So we're just getting some en route weathers at the minute.
Monitorando la Unicom, frequenza 122 decimali 80, buona giornata.
Può ripetere la quota per AT149?
See what we get.
AT148, livello di volo 290.
Livello di volo 290 e Unicom per AT148, grazie, buonasera.
Yeah, so this looks great, this looks stunning, this not so much.
Ryan 24 Lima Lima, clear to Charleroi, runway 33.
But yeah, that looks stunning.
Zulu departure, initial climb 5,000 feet, squawk 1,000.
In fact, all of that looks stunning, doesn't it? How good does that look from 31,000 feet? Loving the detail there.
Accused to Charleroi, Delphad, fly, takeoff runway 30 via Luma 6, Vrap 6, Victor departure, climbing to 5,000, squawk 10004, runway.
Paul says those random peaks appeared for him as well the other day, north of Turin. That's pretty much where we are, isn't it?
5,000 feet in mission time. 24 Lima Lima.
Runner 24 Lima Lima, read back correct, QNH 1019.
QNH 1019 for 24
So,
Lima, thank you.
Walker 4203, welcome Turin, taxi via Yankee
let's
Lima,
have a look at this
stand
arrival.
108. Thank you for flying.
108 by Yankee Lima, thanks for the service. Walker 4203.
Milano Cyprus 326, flight level 360.
This is our arrival.
Cyprus 326, Milano, buongiorno.
On the
radar
SAW 1
contact,
Bravo.
fly direct Sotov.
Now, it doesn't show you on here,
Sort of Cyprus 326.
but there is a lot of
Sky
terrain
Europe 491, continue descend 4,000 feet.
around this airport to the
Continue
north of
descend
it.
4,000 feet, Sky Europe 491.
Oh, there we go, look. So, this is where the approach chart ends. Coming via Salerno, and then Gipor. There's the airport, and this is terrain above it. Look at that, a peak of 5,844 to the north of the airport. MSA 8,200 feet as we're coming in. Now this is the bit that made me laugh. If you go now to the charts page and the approach charts, this is all you get.
301, push and start approved, facing south.
Tells you what is around the airport, and that's why we're opting to land with a tailwind rather than coming in the other side. Could have circled land, I suppose, but I mean, there's a tailwind of 6 knots. It's within limits. I did do a dispatch landing calculation for the landing with a tailwind of 6 knots, so I know we can stop. But it is going to be a max reverse auto brake medium landing. I've already covered that, so we don't need
Sky
to
Europe
check it.
491, fly direct Laren.
But it is going to be just a visual approach from the moment we leave the standard arrival route at Gippo.
Alice Zulu 04 right.
Affirm Alice Zulu 04 right.
So the first thing that comes into question then is, what are our minimums going to be? Well, as there isn't an approach chart, our minimums are just going to be 1,000 feet. That's the approach band. We can't drop below 1,000 feet unless we can see the airport. So that's that basically. Oh, hang on, wrong chart. Now, funnily enough, there may be no instrument approaches. There are, however, departures, instrument departures. So there is the Ponte Cagnano VOR. So interesting that there's no VOR approach. You know, just to get you down close to the airport.
Buongiorno, agent 675.
It's worth just pinning that so we've got something to look at, to be fair.
Gavra 5 Mike departure. Initial climb 6,000 feet. Squawk 54.
We can get other stuff off here as well. So transition altitude 8,000 feet.
We are clear to attend.
MSA is 8,200 feet.
3 at the Gavra.
But we're now going to just use this to sort of build up some help
Agent 675
with the arrival.
QNH 1021.
QNH 1021, agent 675.
Because we've got Gipor, and then, well, yeah, that's
Milano,
That's
radar
it.
Swiss 4 Charlie Hotel, flight level 290 with you.
Swiss 4 Charlie Hotel, Milano, buon pomeriggio, radar contact. Fly direct Albet, clear Albet, two-way arrival.
what we can also do then.
Expect LS Zulu, runway 04 right.
Is first thing,
Clear direct Albet,
let's get rid of Mont Blanc.
Islet Zulu, runway 04 right, Swiss 4 Charlie Hotel, thank you. Otherwise, Albania 2
And we're landing runway 05.
Now requesting half clearance to Tirana, please, flight.
Buon pomeriggio, Air Albania 2012,
So,
clear to Tirana, runway 22.
if we pop a 9 mile
Charlie departure,
radius in there,
initial climb 5,000 feet, squawk 5412.
it means that if we now have a look
Clear to
at
Tirana, runway 222, 6 Charlie departure, initial 5,000, squawk 5412, Albania 10, correction 2012.
the arrival, the
Air
navigation
Albania
display.
2012, read back correct, QNH 1019.
QNH 1019, Albania 2012.
We want to be roughly about 3,000 feet then as we cross this line. That will be 9 miles out from the approach. Lulu, looks like there's an NDB at the field. Is there an NDB? There's a VOR. Oh, it does say there's an NDB there as well.
Agent
Okay.
675.
We've got NDB and a VOR, but no approach.
Agent 675, push and start.
No approach
approved,
information.
facing north.
That's interesting.
Facing north, agent 675.
Wizard Malta 7747, climb flight level 390, monitor Unicom 122 days for 8.
Yeah, how very strange that we've got the VOR there. No information on the NDB. I've not got an identifier, a frequency, or anything. Hey Barry, no, Beyond ATC is still in beta testing at
Adria
moment.
radar, climb flight level 390 and monitor Unicom 122.8. Bye bye and have a good day.
So we'll pop in the VOR. We'll hard tune that PTC. So that's in there. It's on the airfield, so it is useful. We can't use it to get any lower minimums though, or anything like that, because there's no instrument approach actually available. So the plan will essentially be flight like a Cessna. No, what we'll do is just go back here because it's easier to show you with the navigation display set up. Yeah, what my plan will be is to basically be sort of 3,000 feet as we get 9 miles out.
Ready for taxi now.
And then what we can do from there is we know that a nice 3-degree descent will get us down, you know, towards the runway.
Tango and Sierra, just confirm cleared across.
So we'll use track FPA mode.
04 left is taxiway Tango.
We need the runway
Roger,
heading as well,
taxiway,
actually,
Tango, sorry, Skycharger 301.
which is 050. Oh, that's easy to remember.
Swiss for Charlie Hotel, when ready descent, flight level 130.
So yeah, that's going to be
Descending flight level 130, this is for Charlie Hotel.
as we leave Gipor.
Localized stop,
We'll set the runway track 050.
491 Milano Roger, position
3-degree descent.
5 nautical miles, runway 048, clear to
And then once
land,
we're happy, we
wind
can see the
150
runway.
degrees, 3 knots.
Then autopilot off.
Clear land 048.
Flight directors off.
0491.
Cyprus 326, contact Padova radar 125.
And then we just fly like a
9.
multi-million pound Cessna aircraft.
Cyprus 326, contact Padova
Now the
radar
really interesting things
125.9.
come with the fact that there are lots of threats to this
Charlie
arrival.
Hotel, contact Padova radar.
We've got obviously the terrain around,
125.9. Bye-bye.
so if we need to go around, there's no go-round charts or anything, but have a look at the departure there. It's 850 feet and make a 180, max speed 185, so we're going to be doing that.
Sky Charter 301, when ready for departure,
No faster than S speed.
19. Bye-bye.
Flaps 1 will be out for
Ready
that.
for departure 125.9, Skycharger 301, bye.
And then back to Gipor and hold and have another go, basically.
2012, ready for push and start.
Albania 2012, Milano Roger. Push and start is approved. If you need to push as well, facing north.
Push and start approved facing north, Albania 201.
Other threats, very short runway. It's been extended at the moment. It's the airport in real life is closed. So yeah, was it 1,655 meters? So that's very short. Fabio says, are EasyJet starting operations there this summer? I believe they are, yes, yep. You suspect there'll be an instrument approach? Well, there must be, even if it's a VOR approach. There's a VOR there, so they can use that to get down once they're happy, autopilot off and just bring it in. Shelnov, yeah, is this the airport that's yet to open but getting added to the route network this summer? It is.
November Mike Sierra 0200 requesting 5 to 6 minutes AFK away from cockpit to make a nice coffee.
Report what kind of coffee?
Salerno radar, good afternoon, Boeing 738 passing through flight level 270.
I recognise that voice.
Milano, buon pomeriggio, set squawk 1000, 1000.
1000 in the box, Boeing 738.
In the box, such a Boeing pilot. Seth, why do the fixtures on my navigation display have such a long name? Because they are a beam points. We got given a direct by about 175 miles, so we've used the beam function. So UNITA isn't actually here. We can show this off actually. It's a good chance to show off the beam function.
Agent 675, request taxi.
If I pop in UNITA on here.
Agent 675, taxi via hotel. Backtrack runway.
UNITA is actually here.
Papa,
and we will be a beam UNITA that is flying past it. there, so it's an beam point, it's not the actual
via
waypoint.
Hotel, backtrack, runway 23 via Papa.
Hope that makes sense.
Sky Moldova 491, cancel landing clearance, continue approach, one departure before your arrival. Traffic is not in contact with us.
Cancel takeoff, landing clearance and continue approach, Sky Europe 491.
11 November, back Sierra 200, back with you.
Welcome back. Italo 156, Milano radar contact, fly direct Unimi, contact Padova radar 125.9, bye bye.
Direct Unimi and 125.9, ciao, Italo 156.
Boeing 738, Milano radar contact, climb flight level 370, proceed direct Bacro.
Climb flight level 370 and inbound Bacro for Boeing 738.
So, Dark Fury, are you flying with us to this airport as well? There might only be one parking stand. I have no idea what's going to be there in the sim when we actually arrive there.
Sky Europe 491, 048, clear to land.
Clear to land, 04.
Seth, that is exactly what it's for. Yep, the beam points, it's to check the fuel. Something we've not actually done. So, we'll do that now at UNITA.
Air Albania 2012, taxed in point kilo, runway 22, via Papa.
Albania Kilo 22 via Papa, Albania.
So we took 300 kilograms of oil and plug. With the contingency of 200 kilograms, that's half a ton, 500 kilograms. Where is UNITA then? How long have we been flying? 30 minutes. Oh, there it is, top of the screen. So we should have about 4.7 tons. That is exactly what we've got.
Expect LS Zulu, runway 28.
Okay guys, hopefully everyone is back with us. Stupid computer.
Milano radar, buon pomeriggio from ITAR 1641 in an Airbus A319 at stand 17 testing IFR clearance to Roma Ciuci.
Ciao Italo 1641, information Bravo, clear to Rome Fiumicino, runway 35, TOFSA 6 Alpha departure, ECPAL 6 Alpha transition, initial climb 5000 feet, squawk 1000.
Alright guys, give us a shout if you can see us. What a pain.
Can you repeat the departure, please?
Hate it when that happens. We lose a lot of viewers as well, which is a real pain. So if you have stuck with us,
is the TOFSA
thank you.
6 Alpha departure with the ECPAL 6 Alpha transition.
Information Bravo, runway is 35, TOFSA 6 Alpha for departure, transition at ECPAL 6 Alpha. Initial time to 5,000, photo 1,000 for Itarro 1.
We have, whilst we've been away, just been handed over to Unicom as well, so
102.
we can switch that now. Okay, so I was in the middle of just getting information for the arrival with regards to setting up the box and things. So we've set up the box with, you know, everything that we need. Remember, of course, we've not got an instrument approach, so we can't rely on flight directors to give good information when we get down there. So they're going to be off. I'll talk about how I'm going to fly the approach in a moment. We've got no ATC distractors either now, so we can do that in a bit more detail. We've got the RadNav page. That's set up. Again, that's just going to give us a VOR if we need it. We've got good weather today, which is really useful. We can also pop in runway 05. So that's in there. Cost index should be back to 4, to be fair. Got distracted, didn't we? And yeah, we're going to be landing with plenty of fuel. Dark 05 shows an 8 knot tailwind. You're right, Dark. Yeah, we briefed this, mate. It is indeed a tailwind. But the alternate involves a lot of terrain in the way, so we're not doing that. If you still can't see us, or rather if you still can see us, please ask people to hit F5 if they can't see us. Twitch seems to still be alive as well, so not quite sure what's not occurring. A few people can see us fine. That's good. White Eagle and SWL can see us fine as well. That's good to know. I'm not talking to myself, even if there's just you two guys there. You'll get to see this interesting approach. I'll be gutted if this doesn't work for you all. Willie can't see us. Is the camera broken? I hope not. Is anyone on Twitch able to see us? Oh, Burrosimmer can see us. Paul the Pup can see us. I think you... Right, if you're watching on YouTube and it's not working, then maybe Twitch might be the option for you. SWL says you've got exclusive stream. Go for it. Enjoy. Who knew EasyJet had a VIP section? Yeah, so we were just going through the box. We're now going to set up the arrival stuff. So just need to get the latest weather. Let's do that. (2308), yeah, so 8 knot tailwind, varying 190-280. It's cav okay, so that's fine. 17 degrees. QNH is 1024. Wind 2308. And we have no minimum, so we're using approach band minimums, which is 1,000 feet. And absolutely config full for landing. Hello, Christian. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you. Max Lake can see us fine on Twitch. Excellent. No idea what's going on. Lee JC, good afternoon. Elliot's just jumped back on, he's got no problem. Well, the main thing is, as long as it lasts, you're not missing the best bit, which of course is going to be the landing. Let's talk about how we're going to actually do the landing then. So, let's get the charts up. So, a few things to think about. We're going to come in on the Sorrento approach. We know that. In terms of what altitudes we're going to get down to, but there's no constraints on this approach or anything like that. As you can see, there's minimum altitudes like 6,000 feet, 6,000 feet, 4,000 feet at Gipor, etc. They're really there just for IMC conditions. Today I'm expecting clear skies, so all should be fine. What we are looking to do then is get to Gipor, the last waypoint in the chart and the approach. Get to Gipor, and then using the usual stuff, using VS, which we're used to, we've got the fixes page all set up. That's 9 miles away from the runway, from the airport runway threshold. So as long as we're 3,000 feet here, that is essentially then if we start to almost fly a little bit in the same way that we would do an RNAV approach with using FPA, your flight path angle. When I'm 9 miles out from here, then I will pull the we'll make sure we're in track FPA. We'll pull for a 3-degree glide from when we're about sort of 0.3 miles away from there. What I could actually do to assist with that is we could create a waypoint and base it off what is it? Runway 05. Let's we can create a waypoint based off Leary 05. The runway track is 230, that's the radial, and create it 9 miles out. And we'll pop that in there. Place bearing distance 03, yeah, okay, that's what we wanted. Insert that. Just clear that discontinuity out. It's fine. So there that is. We've got the centre fix there as well, which I'm not quite sure how accurate that is, but that then, place bearing distance 03, that waypoint is 9 miles out on the runway track. So once we get to place bearing distance 03, the theory would be if we are at 3,000 feet, set a descent rate of 3 degrees, set a track of 050, that should point us straight down towards the runway. We'll be VMC as well at this point, so once we're happy we can see everything, then we can knock off the autopilot. As we take off the autopilot, we'll be in track FPA mode. We need to take off the flight directors, force the thrust into speed mode. And then with the landing itself, short runway, might not even be finished being built. We're aiming for a fairly decent touchdown. And we're rolling right to the end. Once we've landed, then right to the end, we'll taxi out on I don't know. I think we're going to be taxiing out on to the east apron, which is Delta to the right. We might have to play that by ear once we get there and see what's there. So threats then. Obviously it's a non-precision approach, of which we're sort of using the Airbus systems as much as we can to help build that picture up. And then we've got terrain around the airport as well. Terrain's literally the full. Hang on, I'll show you the vicinity, the chart vicinity. There it is. So we've got just hills in front of us. So this then obviously brings up the bigger threat, and that is, what if we're not looking like we're getting in and we're going to have to go around? How are we going to do that? Well, the biggest threat with the go around here is, well, I'll tell you what, I'll let you guys brief that. What do you guys think the biggest threat with the go around is here? I'll give you a chance to answer what's in my mind. Tony, could you put a pilot waypoint in and add the height as a constraint so you know you'll be there? You could do, yeah, but I'll be there. Don't you worry. The biggest threat's Italy. Christian. Terrain, White Eagle production. Yeah, of course, the terrain is a big threat. But what's another big threat with doing a go around here? And when I say a threat, what I'm thinking about is the workload management that I'm going to have if we have to do a go around here. What can I not do that I would normally be able to do with any other kind of approach when we've had an instrument approach? Paul, focus on streaming. I'll be ignoring you guys. If I'm going around here, believe me, I won't be talking about it. I'll just be doing it. Paul Kemp, you've got it. Paul Kemp, absolutely. That's it. So, because there's no instrument approach here, it means we don't really have a go-around. There's no go-around programmed into the database. So we can't do the go-around with an autopilot. We have no guidance. So all we can do is have a look almost at the standard instrument departure. It's a takeoff and an immediate right-hand turn. It says 850 feet there, but as long as we're happy. An immediate right-hand turn, no faster than 185, heading back, make a literally a 180 degree turn, and it has to be to the right to steer clear of the terrain. So that is why we're sort of thoroughly briefing how I would fly the go-around. So that would be a you know, toga, go-around flaps, rotate, check the FMAs, gear up, right turn, and then flaps 1, keep that nose pitched up, and we're aiming for 4,000 feet as I go around altitude, headed back towards Gipor. We could, once I'm happy, stick Gipor in the box and then get the autopilot on. But yeah, that's my big threat with it. But I've no real confirmation because I've not got the documents for the airport yet, but I would imagine this will be a Cat C airport. A new Cat C airport for us to fly into. Which will be one of those pilots only landings, maybe pilots only takeoffs as well. And we should be there in about half an hour, so all good fun. So guys, thank you so much for coming back and joining us. We had a bit of streaming trouble issue, didn't we? So hopefully hopefully it will behave till the end. If you haven't done so already, please do hit that subscribe button and of course the like button on the stream if you're enjoying it. And if afterwards as well, or whilst we're in cruise, you want to check out the aviation gift shop, aviation aisle, some great aviation related products on there as well, and anything you buy from there using the link in the chat in the video description does support the channel at the same time as well. Also, the Inibills are still giving 15% off the Airbus A300 if you want to check that out. Frubat, is it not programmed into SimSmart? SimSmart doesn't give you go-arounds. It will give you engine out procedures. We'll have to add it. It's a new A new airport. I don't even know if this airport will be in SimSmart. Quick look. Oh, it is. Yeah, it's not got any information about it though. We can get the weather. QNH is now 1023. Oh, another little threat to mention. We are landing with a tailwind as well. Landing with a tailwind, how's that going to affect the flare? I'll let you guys answer that in chat. And Fruitbat gifting 5 Easyjet Simple channel memberships. That is amazing, mate. Thank you so much for gifting 5 memberships to our community. Welcome to our new members. Da Vinci! Hi, mate. When's this route start? I'm guessing it'll be the summer months. The airport's closed. They're doing construction work on it. So, absolutely nothing about flying this right now is based on real life. We'll probably get there and they'll be digging up the runway. In fact, if you go and have a look at it on like Flight Radar 24 or Google Maps or something, the runway looks like a complete mess. So God knows what will be there when we actually arrive. All good fun. It can't be as bad as our landing in Vega that time, right? We can't actually categorise that as a landing. I am happy to say, touch wood, we have never crashed on stream whilst flying a real ops flight. Maverick suggests pushing the nose down for the flare. This is not real ops, sort of. It will be in a few months, Maverick. Yeah, so we're just doing a recce of it. No, so because we're going to be landing with a tailwind, you'll find you probably want to flare a little bit earlier. So instead of waiting until that 30 foot, I'm like, as soon as we hear the 40 foot, start to pull back. Basically the exact opposite of a headwind. Is that Rome down there? Yeah, I think it is. There's Rome Airport. Gorgeous view of it. Doesn't look like much traffic knocking about. The other threat with the go around is I don't actually have time to perform a second approach because I've got a school run to take care of. That'll be a really annoying threat. Children are threats, basically. That's what I'm saying. So hopefully we've thoroughly briefed how we are going to manage the approach, what we're going to do, where we're going to be, when we're going to be there, what mode we're going to be using. So track FBA, 3 degrees, 3,000 feet, 9 miles out, runway track 050. Once we're happy, autopilot off, flight directors off, fly it like a Cessna. If we need to go around, right turn, max speed 185. Just looking at the actual route, there's yeah, we might almost be able to just ignore the Sorrento VOR So we've got Naples up there, which in fact we're familiar with Ischia. Ischia is the holding point in the engine out procedure for Naples. That's so what we could actually do is we could take out the Sorrento VOR, just go Ischia straight down to Romeo Indo 407. That'll save a bit of time, which would be cool. And Dark Fury has just redeemed the select destination. Now, Dark, we're all ready. You're building a list up because we already need to get to Dubai for you at some point. So, where's this going to be? You're going to say Vega, aren't you? I've just realised what you're going to do. You're going to say Vega. Don't do it. Okay, Dark, where would you like us to fly to? I am going to delete Sorrento. Just to, I mean, if ATC were around, they'd probably do something similar. That gets us in a little bit sooner as well. Which means if I had to go around, I might just have a chance to fly it. Just realised my chat stopped working. Apologise for that. So Christian, you got it, of course. Yeah, more flare needed. With a half-built terminal. So, Dark, where do you want us to do? Anchorage to... Where the heck's that? Where is that? I have no idea where that is. Oh, William, I thought it might be in Canada. I don't know whereabouts it is. It's the Dutch harbour in Alaska. All right, if we say so. Slimmy Jim, you want to see the outside for a moment? I can do that probably. One sec. In the bright sunshine. This is the first flight as well in our new livery, so we better not crash. I can't wreck this aircraft. Christian, what's that in meters? 3,900 feet. Give it me in meters. We're landing today with about 1,500 meters, I think. $1,200. What am I going to fly? I'm not going to take an Airbus 320 into an airport with around 1,200 meters. That's insane. Can I bring a 152? That'd work. I might get blown off the runway, but it'd work. Alright, so our top of descent then is about 20 miles out. No, Lex, they need to fix when you go outside and the drone looks like it's had one too many heavies. Yeah, it's always at a strange angle, isn't it? I don't know quite why that happens. Dark says it can be done, ask J-Hog. Hang on. I've got to land like he does. I'll do my best. Sidewards. So I'm going to take an empty aircraft, Christian. A ferry flight. Why would we take a ferry? Why would you take a ferry flight there? ATR might have a chance of getting in. Look at the charts and say what I think. What was the airport code again? Go on, 10 miles before we need to start concentrating and going down. Let me have a look at it. What was the code? Anchorage to where? Papa Alpha Delta uniform. Let me have a look. RNAV GPS. No star. Hey Nabil, celebrating 11 months channel membership. How are you doing, mate? Good to see you. Are you having a laugh? This is not Airbus. This is not Airbus territory. They don't even give the runway in meters. It's that short. Birds, mountain, vessel traffic, vessel traffic, vessel traffic fueling. What? Oh, but it's okay. It's a 3-degree descent rate. Oh, well, that's okay then. Seaplane ramp. Yeah, yeah, we'll do it. We'll do it with that. Personnel and equipment may be working on the runway at any time. Oh my god, it's actually called Unalaska. What kind of place is this? Who lives there? Why is there an airport there? Right, we're going down. Unalaska. Who calls an airport that? Thrust idle descent 150 blue. We're going from Alaska to Unalaska. Lots of unknowns in Alaska. Chris Morgan's famous for the TV series Deadliest Catch. I have heard of that. I need to get rid of that chart. I can't look at that chart while I'm trying to concentrate on this landing. This landing's bad enough. Okay, so we're on our way down. I'm just going to check as well what altitudes we're expecting to reach where. Actually, that is a... If we just put 4,000 feet there at Gipor. Insert that. I bet we're a bit too high now, aren't we? Yeah. What's our profile looking like now? 2,000 feet above. Alright, open descent. Wind that speed up. Let's get back on it. Lulu, would I rather do LAX to Sydney or A320 to pad? LAX to Sydney. Every day of the week. LAX to Sydney. I know what to expect when I get there. Lewis is now trying Milan to Salerno. Oh, where we're going tonight, just now. Yeah, well, that's one of the routes that's meant to be coming up as well. From Milan Basel, Geneva. I think there was one more, but I can't remember where it was. I can't do LAX to Sydney in an A320 though, Lulu, so we'd have to A330 that, I think. Huckle, is there a way to program your own glide slope down to the runway, kind of emulating our nav approach? FLS is essentially that. That wasn't even an option though today. How long have I got before the kids finish school? 49 minutes. And I have to actually get there. Oh, Lewis, yes, London Gatwick. Gatwick is one of them as well. Yeah, that's the other one. Aero, do I plan on flying the 777 once it comes out? Not without Lulu in stream, because I wouldn't have a clue. Coming up on that profile now, we're only about 700 feet above it. Give it another 10 knots. Hey, Yardy. There's that profile, look. Don't mind dipping below that. Slow her down, get her prepped, ready for landing. It's a good job the weather looks like this. So we're using our minimums as 1,000 feet because, well, there are no other minimums, so it's the approach band minimums that we're having to stick with today. Keep edging that speed up. So remember, threats, non-precision approach, absolutely non-precision approach. The most non-precision approach there ever was is a visual landing. Terrain, tailwind. Salim, no fuel facility. So I'll be happy with the runway, but no, Salim, you're quite right. There's no fuel. There's no. In fact, I don't think there's an APU. I don't think there's an APU there either. So that's something else to factor in. Not APU, sorry, GPU. GPU. What am I on about? No APU. So APU on and leave it running. See though, with no fuel, that's another thing why when flights there actually start, then they're going to have to presumably get fuel in there because, well, you wouldn't be able to carry anything, would you? If you're going to need to ferry your fuel, tanker your fuel. Righty-ho then. Let's start concentrating. We're at 14,000 feet. 4,000 blue, QNH 1023. Let's see what signs get those on. Lulu called ahead. Lulu says he called ahead and asked them to remove the construction equipment off the runway. Did they fill the potholes in first though? I'm about to go and make some new ones.
Ladies and gentlemen, we will shortly be landing. Please ensure your cabin bag is safely stowed with the laptop.
Right, approach phase is activated.
Armrests down and window blinds open. You now need to be seated, seatbelts fastened, ready for landing. Please help us by handing
Christian says you need tarmac first to have potholes. Very true.
Thank you.
Right, speed set 250. Let's get the lights out and on. Get those speed brakes out. And we'll push for managed speed as well, start getting down to green dot. I'm about 500 feet above my profile at the minute. Christian, do we have scenery or is we just going to land on a grass strip? I have got scenery for it, but I've not seen it. The first time I see it will be with you guys there as well. So we're about 27 miles away as the crow flies. So a bit of extra track mileage on there as well. We should be okay. In fact, track mileage, I've got 30 miles and we're 9,600, so not a million miles away. Profile's not too bad. Here comes the left turn. And this then should more or less line us up with the runway. Line us up with the mountains. "27 miles is the VOR. And it is on the airfield. So 3,000 feet selected. I'm happy with that. Let's put the speed brakes away. I want 3,000 feet here at this marker. Salerno says they're going to get a fuel truck to us from Naples. Well, it's only around the corner, isn't it? It's only around Vesuvius. It's over there, Naples. Around the mountain, Christian. I don't know how far it is away. As the crow flies, it's probably not that far, but I'm guessing you're going to have to drive a fair way.
Hi, Captain. The cabin is now secure for landing.
Wonderful. Salerno traffic, top Swiss 34 Alpha Mike is inbound, straight in approach, runway 05, 20 miles. Can anyone see a runway?
Once again, going 382, we're inbound for runway 05, we're at 34 miles.
So that slight little manoeuvre there just gets us to towards that waypoint, that pilot waypoint we created, and from there we need to fly track 050. Right, flaps 1, speed's checked. Flaps 1. Speed 180. Remember, we're very light as well, so characteristic speeds won't be fast. S speed was quite slow. And flaps 2. Track FPA mode. Anyone see a runway yet? I see lots of terrain I could crash into. Right, speed, alt start. And that's 3,000 feet. So that's where we wanted to be, when we wanted to be there. So I'm now going to set 3 degrees FPA. Pull that at 0.3 miles, that's 0.4, 0.3, so we've pulled that. And fly track 050. The runway should be straight in front of us then. So FPA 3 degrees, 050 track. That tailwind from the back left, as we can see it. And missed approach altitude 4,000 feet is set. 8 miles out.
2,500.
Is that it? I think I now see our airport. And we're not aligned with it in the slightest. Time for some hand flying. Alright, gear down. Manage speed, flaps 3, speed's checked. Flaps full. Landing checklist. Cabin secured, go around altitude 4,000 feet, cabin landing, no blue. There is our runway. So, flight directors off. Oh, that's good, they're both synced, they didn't used to be. Autopilot off, I have control. I Let's hope we can stop in time. Remember, short runway. We don't want a nice, pretty landing.
Above.
3 miles, 1,000 feet, perfect.
1,000. Minimum.
Continue. Remember, we need to go around flaps. FMA is gear. Right hand turn, max 180, max speed 185. Nine knot tailwind. Love the Italian houses.
500.
Stable. No runway we thought, but it's got pappies. Driving it down to that touchdown zone. We don't have runway to play with, remember.
100. 50. 40. 30. 20. Retard. 5.
Okay, manual braking. Easy. Bit off centre line, which we could have done better with. And then we should be able to roll to the end and turn right. I imagine they're going to be taking off when they do get commercial flights in here. They're probably going to look to take off on the opposite runway. I don't fancy taking off towards this lot. When there's heavy mist and you can't actually see the terrain, but you know it's there. Oh, I love a bit of hand flying. Right, we'll check out the replay in a moment. I did. I hopefully got that. Set up. Salerno traffic, runway 05 vacated.
Patia Canado traffic, Boeing 738 is 10 miles.
So the APU is up and running. It's going to remain up and running for the duration because there's no GPU here. This is not default scenery, by the way. No, King Bob. There is actually a mod available, free, flightsim.to. Check that out. Do love flying to different places, and new routes are always good fun. Just missing the marshaller, isn't it? Never mind. So what I'm going to do, we'll stop the aircraft. We'll have a little look at the airport as well. We'll have time to do that. We'll check out the replay. But yeah, flights starting here in the summer. Let's have a quick look around, shall we? I'll leave the engines running, then we'll do the replay in a moment. Before we do, well, I needed to taxi a bit further, but never mind. I blame the marshallers for not turning up. So this is a heli. This is where the helipads are, I believe. Just there in real life. And that, yeah, that's obviously the East Apron. Then that is the terminal. But seriously, look at the terrain that you've got to contend with. It's all right on a nice clear day like today. We can see it. I haven't cleaned my aircraft up. Let me just do that. No wonder the marshals didn't want to come anywhere near. There we are. Clean that up. But yeah, the terrain you've got to contend with. It's, you know, there's some steep stuff over there. The go-around has you going to the right on this runway. It will be interesting to see when the charts come out for this and it's, you know, available. Loving that reflection off the top of that roof. If a circle to land is going to be permitted. If it is, it's not going to be to the left, is it? It's going to be right side only. I reckon you could get a circle to land in there on the right hand side. Very similar to Split, for example. Barry says that was amazing, well done, and also super chatting 599. Barry, that is awesome. Thank you for your support. Really do appreciate that. I must say, I thought I'd got the scenery installed. This looks very default, though, doesn't it? I don't think I've installed my scenery correctly. So, apologies for that. I'm pretty certain that's not what it's meant to look like. Oh, Dark's about to land. Hang on. His spoilers are up as he's coming in. That's preempting slowing down. He's stomping on those brakes. He needs to slow down. Slow down. Well, that was a squeaky bum moment for him. And then he cuts the grass as he taxis as well, yeah. Let me come off VATSIM and check out the replay. I'll do that. Right, please tell me I got the replay up and running. I did, so we can check out the passenger views as that comes in. I wonder how panicked Dark was at that point. Dark Fury, no panic, classic Ryanair. I will never forget your landing into... I think it was Split as well, wasn't it? It was Split. Hey, Clips, good to see you. Welcome, welcome back. It has been a long time. Tell you what, I can see why they're flying here. Look at the beach down there. That looks really nice, doesn't it? And there's a golf course. Oh, HD is going to be all over this route. King Bob, I use Sky Dolly for my replays. Yep. White Eagle says Ryanair making full use of all the pedal, all the brake pads, and all full use of the runway as well. Dark, have you got the scenery installed? I thought I'd installed it. I must have done it wrong. There must have been a parent folder I'd not seen, because this looks like I've just got default scenery in at the moment. Maverick, they paid for all the runway. They're going to use all the runway. That is a great little airport. we might have to come here again, because I've thoroughly enjoyed that. I do suspect, I reckon there's going to be some instrument approaches. The very least a VOR approach when they come in. It's not far to the hotels either, is it? They're just down there. But what glorious scenery. Yeah, and we've also got to do this approach again at some point, just so that I can actually use the scenery that should have been in there. Ugh, never mind. Well guys, if you are on your way out, please don't forget to hit the like button before you go. Check out the gift shop. Link in the description below, of course. And yeah, hope you've enjoyed our flight to another new destination. Always good fun. Always good fun flying somewhere new. Not good fun when you hear those alarms. Awesome. Well guys, thank you so much as always for joining me today. New destination. Do go and get the freeware scenery for this airport, flightsim.to, and then have a go landing somewhere here. I say they've got routes from Gatwick coming up, Geneva, they've got routes from Milan as well, and there was Basel. I think Basel is the other one. So go and check that out. Hope you have a great day, everyone. A huge thanks as always to our Easyjet SimPilot channel members for your amazing and continued support. Shout out to everyone as well who's donated channel membership gifts and super chats, etc. throughout our flight today. Really do appreciate each and every one of those. Thank you so much. I look forward to seeing you again on our next flight. That will, of course, information will be posted in the Discord. Until next time then guys, have a great day, and I will leave you with the approach from this view. Thanks everyone, see you all again soon. Bye bye.